Welcome everyone to the Elkhart Lake 125 here at Road America. Qualifying about to be underway, so we're going to jump into it here. See who's ready to go. We're going to look at Donald Ray here, one of the first ones on track at the moment. Looking at Kyle Taub, an Indy ARC Series driver, making his series debut here tonight. Number 39. Bunch of patriotic schemes for the 4th of July weekend. The U.S. Air Force scheme for Kyle Taub. Give you an example of where Taub is at right now on track. He's approaching the carousel. Start his first flying lap here. Several cars on track at the moment. A lot of cars on track at the moment. Blankenship, Shimkowski, Feemster, Estes, Hohenbrink, Brayo, Painter, Andrews, Taub, Ray, Hauk, and Kerr, all on track at the moment. Keeping an eye on Taub here. One of those in contention of being the fastest car after their first lap here. Practice, at the end of practice, it was Gaiman, Taub, and Sears. Sears is on his outlap now. Gaiman's on his outlap now. They've just started. Taub's on a timed lap here. It'll be his first of two. See where he's at here. 17 cars set to take part in qualifying. Out of the final corner. And up the hill towards the start-finish line for Kyle Taub. For Beast Racing Team across the line. What's it going to be? 2:11.6. Almost matches his practice lap time. as he starts his second lap here. Blankenship will be next on the board after Davey Hauk. Hauk with a 1:12.89. Blankenship, where does that put him? Brando goes 1:12.9. Blankenship 1:15.8. Not a good lap for Blankenship. Toby Estes 1:11.8 for Toby Estes, the Bluegrass Bandit. As Taub goes down into turn 5. Tricky braking zone. We're going up the hill, turn 6. Little run towards turn 7. And then a straight stretch all the way to turn 8 before entering the carousel here. 4.048 is the mileage around Road America. It's been largely unchanged since it was created, all the way back in the 1950s, 1955. One of the few road courses in the U.S. that has not been changed layout-wise since its creation. The likes of Watkins Glen, Road Atlanta, Sonoma, and even Virginia National Raceway have all been changed pretty significantly in their history. Road America has not been. Donald Ray goes 6th fastest. Taub on his second lap, not sure if it's going to be quicker. We're going to stick with him until he finishes it to make sure. And then we'll jump to Joshua Gaiman, who was the fastest in practice. Up the hill and across the line for Kyle Taub. Was the lap time better? It was 1:11.19. For Kyle Taub, puts him in provisional pole, safely in provisional pole. Sears about to finish his first lap. Gaiman is on his first lap as well. A new look for Joshua Gaiman, keeping the Ukraine colors. But another ARCS driver sponsored by 213somewhere.com. Him and Tom Sears representing that company. Glad to have them on board. Blankenship goes 3rd fastest, 1:12.46. That's more like it for Blankenship with 85. He goes ahead of Davey Hauk, who is in 4th. Bray of 5th, Sears up to P6. Gaiman on his first lap now, going down towards Canada Corner. One of the trickiest corners in this car. Braking so important. You can't lock it up. The moment you lock it up, your corner is gone. But really smooth, really tidy through Canada Corner. 2 more to go as it goes up the hill towards the last corner now. Out of the final corner and up the hill. We'll see what time he puts up compared to Kyle Taub. Is it anywhere comparable? 1:13.09. Not comparable at all. But now second lap underway for Joshua Gaiman. Dustin Painter, Alex Shimkowski, Jonathan Hohenbrink now on laps as well. Sears on his second lap. He'll be the next across the line. It's gonna be a wild one. See if Gaiman can somehow find almost 2 seconds worth of time. Instead of find 1.89 seconds to get within range of Kyle Taub. Really cautious through turn 5. Over the curbing and now up the hill. Gaiman approaching the kink here. One of the sketchiest moments on track. Oh, qualifying ended. Qualifying ended before he could finish that lap. That's going to be disappointing. No idea what kind of lap he had going. That's a bummer. Alrighty. Here's starting grid for the first heat race. It's Estes and Hauk, row 1. Damon and Ray in row 2. Then it's Hunbrink, Painter, Kerr, and Withers making up the rest of the grid here for heat race number 1. There'll be 2 heat races here. This will determine the inside row for the main event tonight, the actual 125-mile race. Heat races here, only 3 laps. Short sprints, but anything can happen. We've seen it time and time again. As we get ready for racing here. For the first time tonight out of 3 times tonight. Everyone getting ready to go. Alrighty, almost time to go here at Road America for heat race number 1. It's a long formation lap. It'll be a 3-lap heat race. Help set up the starting grid. Ford Mustang base car is going to pull right in the pit lane. It's Estes and Hauk, front row. All 8 cars set to participate. Withers will be starting for pit lane. Waiting for that green flag to fly. Green flag in the air, we're racing. Estes with a really good run. Gaiman to the inside. Ray sitting in 4th. Gaiman with the slide. He'll drop back down to 3rd. Oh, watch out, home brake. That's home brake and Kerr. Here's Withers. But home brake and Kerr. And Kerr has found the wall again. The rest is at the front. Hauk in 2nd. Ray up to 3rd, with Gaiman down to 4th now. Painter sitting in 5th. Humbrink's up to 6th now, with Kerr spinning out again. But this is the battle up front. Estes has walked away a little bit here. This is the gap between all 8 cars at the moment. So Gaiman's up to second. Probably not going to be able to chase down Toby Estes here without Estes making a mistake. Battle for third, however, getting a little bit more intense between Davey Houck and Donald Ray. Houck in the 21, Ray in the 5. On the final lap of heat race number 1, Estes leads, Gaiman second. Around the carousel, this is the battle for third place, Houck and Ray. Ray is getting closer, going to try to make a run, probably going to Canada corner here. Got a really good run out of the kink. Is Ray going to be brave into braking? Going to be the magical question. He is going to be brave. To the inside, through Canada corner. Houck gave him room. Ray stuck it. But Houck's going to get the exit. Out of the final corner, Toby Estes, another heat race win under his belt. Estes wins game in second. Houck and Ray third and fourth. Really good bout between those two in that heat race. There's Hohenbrink and Kerr. Hohenbrink and Kerr up the hill. There's Withers spinning out. Not sure what corner that is. But that has broken suspension all over it. He's not making it back on track, I don't think. Yeah, there's a broken suspension on that right side. Alrighty. Here we go. Time for heat race number 2. Blankenship Breo make up row number 1 here in heat race number 2. It's Feimster and Pinnell in row 2. Row 3, Jimkowski and Catania. Row 4, Andrews and Allen. That'll be the 4 rows that make up heat race number 2 tonight. Alrighty, here we go. Alrighty. Another 3-lap pure heat race. Blankenship Breo front row. And it'll be Beamster, Catania, Jumkowski, Andrews, and Allen. Pinnell not on track here, suffering a technical issue. Alrighty, coming up the hill, pace car pulls into pit lane. Blankenship, Breo, front row, they'll lead us to the green flag. Heat race number 2 is underway. Green flag is out. Really tidy start there between the front 2 rows. See if Blankenship can outbreak Breo here. Breo with an advantage coming out of turn 1. Through the kink at turn 2, and into turn 3, Breo has the lead. Catania sits second. Catania in that number 48. Trying to make a move to get to the front. Jumkowski sitting in 4th. Oh, Blankenship under braking. He's lost it under braking. He's going to go really wide. Slight tap of the wall, but he's going to drop all the way down. Catania to second, Jumkowski to third. Fiends are about to battle as Catania goes off. 3 wide through turn number 7. Now approaching number 8. Heavy braking zone before the carousel. Jimkowski now second. Feemster loses it. Number 1 machine now sitting down the order. So Jimkowski, Catania comes back to 3rd. As Jimkowski spins, Jimkowski is spun and wrecked, and that's Andrews. That's gone in the grass, saved it for the kink, but now has lost a lot of momentum for Feemster. Going into Canada corner, everyone's struggling here except for the race leader, Jeremy Breo, who has walked away. Feemster 3rd. Feemster 4th. Blankenship back to 5th. Jimkowski with front end damage now sitting 6th. The highs and the lows, they shift suddenly here at Road America. From 2nd to 6th in one false move. Side-by-side battle between Feemster and Andrews for 3rd. Late braking there for Andrews and Blankenship. Feemster very easy on the braking. He'll lose 2 spots. Feemster battling again with Blankenship here. We're going into the braking for the turn 5. You saw Blankenship still stepping out under braking. He's still going. There's Catania. Catania's falling backwards, and that's a lot of. That's not damage on the 48. I don't see. I think it's a better look, see if he's actually got damage on the front end of that car or not. He does not. He's just been off track. So it might have been a little, actually more rear damage than anything. But he's in 5th, so now this is a battle for 2nd. How about that? Battle for 2nd here between Blankenship, Feemster, and Andrews. Blankenship blinking out. Then comes right back into the frame. Out of the kink. That's going to be scary. That is Blankenship in the number 85. Walk away from Andrew Feemster, who stay nose to tail. Andrews in the 2, Feemster in the 1. Heavy braking there for Andrews. Feemster stays right behind him. But it is a handful here. They're going to do 31 more laps of this when it's all said and done. A little bit of a step out, a little bit of a wiggle there. As Blankenship tries to walk away to secure 2nd place in heat race number 2. keeping an eye on this battle for third. Rayo's got a lot of a gap in hand, got 10 seconds in hand. Towards this battle for second. Andrews trying to defend as much as he can. Playing it for Feimster. Going into Canada corner. Really late braking. Really good braking from Andrews. Feimster stays on him. Feimster right on the bumper. Greg wins stage one, but this is the battle for the top three. Feimster in the final corner. And Andrews spins. It'll be Feimster that takes third, with Blankenship second. Andrews finishes fourth. Here's Catania. Catania sits in the fifth spot. And then Jankowski will finish in sixth. Jankowski coming to finish his lap here. Looks like we are going to get a consolation race here. So there'll be a 4-lap race here, consolation prize. We have 18 cars. It makes sense. We have 4 cars left because we only determined the front 14 rows. Watch out, Withers. Alrighty, so 4 laps here for the consolation race, which is the last chance qualifier. It is Allen, Withers, Pinnell, and Painter on the grid, in that order, to determine positions 15 through 18. Alrighty, coming up the hill, consolation race. Last chance qualifier. Withers with the launch, and it's Allen, Pinnell, and Painter. Ooh, and that's Withers off. Way too hot into turn 1. Allen also hot in turn 1. None of the front row made it through. Pinnell and Painter did. A lot of lockout between Painter and Pinnell. Pinnell almost overshot it. Painter a little bit cleaner. So Painter right now leads over Pinnell, Withers, and Allen. Withers and Allen had to tow back to pit lane, so their race is probably over. And that is damage on the 12, I do believe. Yeah, that is damage on the 12. That front tire is completely towed out. It is hanging on by a thread at the moment. Ryan is trying to get to pit lane. There's Painter's getting some practice laps in. He's the only one on track at the moment. On the final lap here, watching Dustin Painter go around the track. Through turn 5 and up the hill he will go. But now only lap Withers is also rolling as well. Patrick Allen still on pit lane. Oh yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be a very interesting one. Alrighty. Showtime here in Road America. This is the information you know. 4.04 mile long lap, 31 laps is the race distance, 125 miles. Air temp 77 degrees, track temp 83 degrees, getting cooler and cooler as the event rolls along. Wind has died down. It was 8 miles an hour. It's now dropped down to 4 miles an hour. Clouds in the sky, helping keep that track temperature cool. See how the drivers handle that. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get temperature into the tires as this race gets underway. Here's your starting grid. For the Elkhart Lake 125, race 18 of 36. Kyle Taub on debut on pole position. Alongside him is going to be another IndyRx regular, Tom Sears. Taub finished third at Mid-Ohio on Wednesday. Sears finished in the 7th position. Row 2, it's Toby Estes and Jeremy Breo. You see with the silver number panels, both of them have already won so far this season. Those in red still looking for their first win this season in A squared. Row 3, it's Josh Galen and Jacob Blankenship, another pair of race winners already this season. Before we get to row number 4, Davey Halk and Kevin Feemster. Donna Ray and Thomas Andrews make up row number 5. Row 6 is Jonathan Hohenbrink and Tristan Catania. Looking down the rest of the grid, you've got James Kerr and Alex Jimkowski, Dustin Painter, Ryan Pinnell, Tommy Withers, and Patrick Allen will make up the 18-car field. Live look at the weather, 83 degrees, track temp, 77 degrees, air temp. Wind spiking at 6 miles an hour at the moment from the blowing towards the southwest. 40% humidity. Not sticky, it's not hot, it's cloudy, so the track temp's not hot either. Gonna be interesting to see how drivers put temperature into the tires on these opening laps. 31 laps is what will be run here. Eighteen cars. I'm going through the carousel. Formation lap underway. Appreciate you all spending your Independence Day weekend with us. It's almost showtime. Dalvin Sears will lead us to the green flag. We're looking at Breo center screen, that 74 machine. A lot of red, white, and blue schemes for the 4th of July here in the U.S., led by the U.S. Air Force machine and number 39 of Kyle Taub. As we get ready to go, 9 rows, 18 cars set to take on 31 laps here at Elkhart Lake. Pace car takes that hard right into pit lane as they wait for the green flag here going up the hill. First the lights, then the flag. We're underway. Green flag in the air at Road America. Taub immediately got help from Toby Estes, who immediately jumped to the outside, trying to go for the race lead. And there's contact! Sears into Estes into Taub. And Sears is off. Lead. Gammon to second. The trouble was at the front. And Breo inherits the race lead. Gammon gets squirrely into the grass, and he'll drop positions that he gained. Blankenship up to third, Halkin fourth. Not how anyone expected that to go for the front five. But Taub, now with damage, has to do something. Donald Ray on the outside. Got squeezed the outside, but Blankenship stays on the outside. Tries to give space to come back in. He'll stay in fifth behind A.V. Hauk. Hauk in fourth. Blankenship in third. It's Ray and Gaiman going through turn 7. Gaiman will take that position away. Feimster sitting in 8th. And, oh, sorry, 7th. Andrews 8th. Hohenbrink in 9th. Everyone being very tedious going through turn 8, going into the carousel now. Estes and Sears. It was looking so good. Second and third. There's Patrick Allen. There's Sears. But now they have all the work to do. Now sitting 17th and 18th. As Breo holds on to the race lead, approaching Canada corner. Breo, Taub. Top 2. Taub got a little bit of damage. Not enough to seriously affect him at the moment, but he did lose position. To the final corner, it's Breo with the race lead. Blankenship in third. Taub will look to the inside. Still side by side. And Breo holds on to it. Taub's going to have to wait until turn 5. Through 3. Blankenship was really squirrely. Breo being a little bit defensive on the approach to turn 5. Very tidy though. Through the corner, got the apex. Lean on the exit. Up the hill into turn 6. Andrews has had trouble. Jimkowski's had a little bit of trouble. Like Ryan Pinnell fell backwards. Looks like Heath had an off-track incident, but he's gotten back on track, it looks like. A lot of trouble further back. There's Ryan Pinnell in the 12. We'll take a look and see what happened to the 12 car. This is going in the 5, and he just locks it up, locks up, locks up, locks up. Jimkowski locks up a little bit. And then Pinnell spins it. Not sure who he tagged there. It might have been Painter. It was Painter. So there's Pinnell sitting in 16th. Ray at the front. Well, sorry, Ray's in pit lane now. He's had the toe back. Ray doing a really good job in early going to hold off Kyle Taub. Gaiman's up to third. There's Gaiman in the 61. Doing a phenomenal job so far. Blankenship sits fourth. Halkin fifth. Gaiman was the fastest in practice, but he sits 4.3 adrift at the race lead at the moment, trying to make that time back up. Blankenship sits fourth. There's Davey Halkin fifth. Beamster sitting in sixth. Mikowski sitting seventh, working on defending against Tom Sears. Sears back up to 7th. Was as low as 18th early in this race, but now back up in the top 10 as Sears has gone off. Another challenge there for Sears, and Jankowski takes 7th place right back. Everyone's struggling in some way, shape, or form except for the top 3. There's Hohenbrink, there's Withers, there's Pinnell. Then you look at Thomas Andrews, James Kerr in 16th. He's in the wall. That's Canada corner that he was at. Gaiman is definitely gaining on these two. He's on the charge. Gaiman's cut up Taub. This is the battle for second place. So almost the battle for the lead. They're both within 3 seconds with each other here as they battle through into turn 7 and then down to turn 8 before getting to the carousel. three heating up. You see where everyone's out on track at the moment. Massive track, 4-mile track. One car out, Patrick Allen. 17 cars still running. End of stage one comes at the end of lap number 8 for the race leaders. It's Breo, Talbot, Gaiman, the top three that were in your screen. Then it's 18 seconds all the way back to Davey Howe. These three are buying away on their own. Gaiman just set the fastest lap of the race. Here's a battle for 7th place between Blanchard and Estes. And then there's Andrews, Pinnell, and Hohenbrink going into turn 1. These are the closest battles going on at the moment. As Breo went wide in 8. Got back to that just in time. All three now under the blanket at the top of the field. Slight mistake has brought all three under a second. Through the kink, down towards Canada corner. Is the M1 going to be brave under braking? Not particularly here. The gap stays within 0.8 of a second, it looks like. Gaiman sitting in third there, 0.8 back. Up towards the final corner. They are trying to wheel these cars to death at the moment. Out of the final corner and up the hill. Really good drafting opportunity. See if Kyle Tao can get anywhere close for a lunge in turn 1. Does not look like it. Oh, Breo and Talbot both ran wide. Gaiman's looking for second. There's Gaiman. Through turn 3, takes second place away as Breo went wide. Breo's gone wide. Gaiman in the lead. Good save by Breo to keep it from spinning. And now it's a battle between Talbot and Gaiman in the turn 5. Tal tried to look at the underneath. Gaiman broke late enough to defend from it. Up the hill, through 6, looking at 7. Breo needs them to battle it out. Just one slight mistake for Breo threw him from first to third. Gaiman's looking really good here. Gaiman is looking phenomenal here. Just needs to make sure he keeps it held together for at least a couple more laps to get to the end of stage 1. One car a lap down at the moment. That is James Kerr. As it sits, he is the only car a lap down. He will get the free pass when the yellow comes out to end stage 1. Talbot to the inside for Canada corner. Side by side. A little bit of a lock up there for Gaiman. Talbot still going for it. Gaiman gives it to him a little bit there. But here we go. One lap to go in stage 1. Donald Reyes spun. That's in turn 1. He gets rolling again. Trying to stay on the lead lap here. Last lap in stage 1. Now underway. Across the line. It's Taub, Gaiman, and Breo, top 3. Halk in 4th. Sears up to 5th. Taub trying to do something that no one's done before. Trying to become the first driver to win in both Indy Arcs and NA Squared in the same year. A lot of drivers have one and one, but not the other. Tal trying to become the first to do that. Right now, he's doing a really good job going into turn 5. Almost like gave him a stand by putting the bumper to him. Would have been a little bit earlier to do that. Want to save that for the last lap, not lap 8. But he's staying tight to that gearbox, right to the diffuser. Bray lurking in third, just in case either of these two mess up. Shimkowski in pit lane. Gonna try to get a good strategy call here. Which would put it potentially in the race lead when everyone pits. Out of the kink. Few corners left to go. Gaiman wants the stage win. Taub wants the stage win. If Gaiman's going to send it, it's going to have to be here. Both really lay on the brakes. And both very tight on the exit of Canada corner, up the hill. Here they go. Got to get up the hill. Here we go. Caution is out to end stage 1. It's Taub and Gaiman. And the drag race across the line would have still ended up in Taub's favor. And they will all catch up to the Ford Mustang pace car. So Taub wins stage 1 in a thrilling turn of events. He didn't lead most of that stage. It went to Jeremy Breo that led most of the laps there in that stage. But one costly mistake threw him from first to third. So Breo ends up third behind Gaiman and Taub. Davey Houck fourth, Tom Sears fifth, Kevin Feemster in sixth. Seventh for Toby Estes, eighth for Jacob Blankenship, Tristan Catania in ninth, and Thomas Andrews, the last stage point, goes to him in 10th. So everyone comes down pit lane. It'll be interesting to see who all doesn't come down pit lane here. And interestingly enough, Jimkowski may not get that benefit out of pitting early. He's behind on Ray. They're just now... Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, 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 very close. Actually, Jimkowski should have it here. Gonna be close. Did he get it? I don't know if he got it or not. Either way, he's gonna get a lot of spots. That's the whole point. He's gonna get a ton of spots here. I just don't think he's gonna have the race lead. He will not. Looks like he's going to end up being third or fourth here. I think he will be fourth place here behind Brea. So Jimkowski up to fourth, because he pit before the stage came out, before the stage break. Taub still leads over Gaiman and Breo. Halk in fifth, Sears in sixth, Feemster seventh, eighth Estes, ninth Blankenship, 10th Catania is how they will restart here for stage 2. Alrighty, we're about to go green here at Road America. It's Taub, Gaiman front row, Breo, Jimkowski row 2. This is going to get spicy. Hopefully not as spicy as the initial start was. For Tom Sears' sake, he's probably hoping not. Long formation laps here as we get ready for stage 2 to go underway. Alrighty. When we get back to racing, it'll be 20 laps to go. Alrighty. 17 cars ready to go here. We are racing once again. Stage 2 underway at Road America. Really good start by Kyle Taub. Gets clear of Gaiman and Breo as they all head down into turn 1. Jimkowski, Houck, and Sears battling for the top 5 spots. It's Gaiman that almost lost it. Sears did lose it. Once again, turn 1 a problem spot for Tom Sears. Backed out of the way, but now back down once again to 16th position. Right, a third. There's Jimkowski in 4th. And Gaiman spun. Gaiman drops down the order. Down to 7th, down to 8th. And that is Jimkowski off. What? He's off. Somebody else was off. Kevin Feemster was off. So Jimkowski down to 8th. Painter's up to 5th. It's Tal, Breo, Houck, Estes, Painter, Gaiman, top 10. Or, excuse me, top 6. Blankenship 7th, Jimkowski 8th. Ray and Andrews make up the top 10 now. What happened to Kevin Feemster? Going up the hill. Just spun her on his own. See, Jimkowski had an issue. See, there's Gaiman spinning. We'll actually get a good look at Gaiman spinning here. Because I don't think he had help. He didn't have help. He just curb topped it. He curb topped it. Jimkowski went up by him. Feemster just put the grass and spun. And Jimkowski just went too deep into turn 6. Painter and Jimkowski battling for that 6th spot. Painter doing really good right now. Number 65 machine. Bit of different look from what we're used to seeing with that Liberty University car. Not being used this weekend. The front of the field, it's Tal, then Breo. Breo, 2 seconds adrift. Then it's Estes, then Davey Houck. And then Joshua Gaiman back up into the top 5 after a wild opening lap sequence on stage 2. There's Taub sitting right now, top of the board in first place. Jeremy Breo trying to give him pursuit. Taub leads here over Breo and Estes. Breo trying to give pursuit. He's closed down a little bit here, but I don't think it's going to be enough to matter before the end of the stage. Stage 2 ends on lap 20. We're on lap 15 now. At the current rate, Breo's sitting 1.4 behind. He needs to be able to gain quite a bit of time in one lap, and he's going to need Taub to make a mistake. Taub is very gentle in the turn 5. That's kind of what Breo needed to sort of get closer. Brought him within a second. Breo might have gotten that lucky break. I may have just jinxed Taub. There's Estes sitting in third. Hauk sitting in fourth. Fifth for Gaiman. Then you have Sears still sitting in sixth. You saw the brake ducts just glowing on that number 14. Track temp continues to go down 81 degrees now, the track temperature here at Road America. Painter sitting in 7th, Andrews in 8th, Hellenbrink in 9th, and Catania in the last stage points paying position in 10th. Yeah, Pinnell 11th, Jimkowski 12th, Withers in the 13th position, Blankenship in the 14th spot. And that's Hellenbrink that spun around. Move Pinnell to top 10. Painter trying to defend from Andrews as Gaiman gets past Davey Hauk. Breo just at the fast lap of the race, a 110.7. Again, turn 5, Kryptonite there for Kyle Taub. This is the battle for the race lead at the moment. Taub and Breo battling it out still. Breo in pursuit. Within half a second. Breo is on the money right now. 5 race wins this season, looking for a 6th. Was denied by his teammate Seth Wanzing last week at Nashville. Right now, a very familiar foe on Wednesday nights in his way here on Sunday. Breo, not so good in turn 1. All the time that he had gained is now gone. But Taub wasn't the smoothest through turn 1 either. Gambling with the fast lap, a 210.49. Starting lap 18. 3 laps to go to the end of stage 2. Gaps once again down below a second, down to 0.6. The lock into turn 1 for Breo, down within 0.3. Breo on the charge once again, and through turn 3. A little bit loose for Taub. Breo planted. 0.4. Tom Sears struggling. He's been passed by Jimkowski. That's down for 13th and 14th. So a rough day at the office so far for Tom Sears. Back to the race lead. It's Taub and Breo. Breo's going to send it. Really good job holding it up. Had to get on the brakes. A little bit of puff of smoke there from Breo. But so far, so good. Breo still in pursuit of Taub. Third turn 7. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Breo looks to the inside through turn 8. Taub can't get to the switchback. He's going to try to force it too wide through the carousel. Couldn't get to Breo there. Breo to the front. Make that another lead change in favor of the 74. The team sideswipe driver now sitting once again atop the leaderboard, trying to win stage 2. He couldn't do stage 1. Trying to lead stage 2 here. Talb's not going to give it away easily. Breo trying to hold on to this race lead. 2 to go in stage 2. Cars still running. Again, this is the battle for the race lead. Gaiman pits, adopting Shimkowski's strategy. Steering to the inside. Taub took a look. Not close enough to make anything happen through turn 5. Breo with a little bit of curb hopping. Taub overshot it as well. Very evenly matched competition between these two as they try to race it through. Taub, our pole sitter, and Breo, they're pretty neck and neck as far as who's led the most laps in this race so far. Right now, it's looking very much like Breo's got a handle on stage 2 at the moment. Through the carousel, going towards the kink. Down towards Canada corner. Easy on the brakes. Breo goes through. Taub still following. I'm surprised Gaiman pit on this lap and not pit on this lap and not coming to the white flag. He had the gap to make the pit stop happen. He didn't lose a position. It's just odd that he decided that he was going to pit here. I don't entirely understand that strategy call. Oh, watch out! Taub's hit the wall. Taub's crashed out of turn 1. And that is significant damage. With 1 to go in stage 2, he can't make it back. He's going to have to tow. And one of the favorites in this race, now out. He at least significantly hampered. What a shame. Just over ambitious through turn 1. Spun it out under throttle. And from second place down the order, he will go. What a shame. Davey Halk inherits 3rd place. Estes inherits 2nd. Gaiman's up to 4th. Breo gets to kind of breeze around here. 10 seconds in hand to Toby Estes. He will take stage 2 after an amazing battle with Taub. Up until that point. Taub now on pit lane. Breo gonna come and lap him. Around the final corner. The end stage 2. Breo takes that one. Estes, Houck, Gaiman, Andrews, top 5. Painter, Catania, Homebrink, Pinnell, and Withers, top 10. Blankenship, Chimkowski, and Sears on the lead lap. With Taub now in pit lane. Heartbreaking for Kyle Taub. Pole sitter of this race, likely going to be a lap down and in need of a miracle. Here's what happened to Kyle Taub. You see him already sideways. We'll back it up a little bit. This is the race leaders at the time going into turn 1. Already loose, already loose, already loose. Over the curbs. Tags it with the rear first and then the front. And the front broken. The rear's not fully connected. He can't put the throttle in because the car's not moving at the rear. You see how the rear tire's skewed. Can't go any further. Has the tow. Just devastating. Devastating for Kyle Taub, whose race in battle for the race win comes to an end near the end of stage 2. We're now on lap 21 of 31. Just absolutely heartbreaking for Kyle Taub, but for Jeremy Breo, now the challenge shifts. Everyone's coming in except for Joshua Gaiman. Gaiman pit on lap 18. Everyone has, I believe, a pit stop left to go in this race. That's the interesting thing about this, is that Gaiman still has a pit stop. Actually, depending on how this goes, Gaiman may be the only one with a pit stop, but he stays out. So I'm not sure what the game plan was there for Gaiman regarding coming in early. You see Gaiman there in picture now. And Gaiman almost putting it in the wall, trying to slow it down. Not really super paying attention to that. And now the rest of the field will come up along as pit lane opens for everyone to come in. See if Gaiman does stay out. That's the interesting thing about this. Does Gaiman stay out or not? Jonathan Homebrink came in for emergency service. He has a penalty because he put under a closed pit lane. So he will not be able to gain any positions, but he also just exited pit lane, so he won't gain any positions anyway. So does Gaiman come in, or does he stay out and try to get the track position and hope something incredible happens at the start of stage 3? Gaiman does come in. So everyone comes in. Brian Pinnell comes in pit lane. Chimkowski stays out, but Gaiman beats everyone out. Chimkowski was too far behind. He won't really gain a whole lot. He'll be 5th place here. Not sure why Chimkowski didn't pit too. Chimkowski last pit on 15. He can't make it to the end from here. So here's your race leader, James Kerr. Not on the lead lap, that 75 car, that lead car right there. He's not on the lead lap. He is multiple laps down. See if he comes in this time or not, if he's going to try to get the wave around. The worker stage break to end stage 2 and bring on stage 3. Gonna be an interesting race to the finish here. Gaiman leads over Breo, over Estes, over Hauk, over Szymkowski. That's your top 5. Andrews, Catania, Painter, Blankenship, and Hohenbrink, top 10. You have Pinnell, Sears, Taub, Withers. Donald Ray out of this race. James Kerr still running. And then Feimster and Allen also out of this race. James Kerr stay out, he will stay out. He will get a wave around here. The Kerr gets a wave around, and we get ready to go double file here, racing at the end of this lap. And in a bit of fun news, I guess, fortunately enough, it looks like Taub was the lucky dog recipient, because he was not the cause of a caution. He got the lucky dog position because he was the first car off the lead lap. So Taub not out of this race yet. Taub's still very much alive in this one, although a lot of work to do. He's in 6th place at the moment. But he is very much in contention here so far. Still in 6th, a little bit of work to do, but he's been able to do it before. Let's see if he can do it again here. to be an interesting one. Restart number 3 coming up. Initial start was spicy. Second restart was spicy. Let's see how this one goes. Gaiman, Brayo, Estes, Hauk, Jimkowski, Taub, Andrews, Catania, Blankenship, Sears, Hohenbrink, Withers, Painter, and Pennell. Donald Ray, James Kerr, Kevin Feemster, Patrick Allen rounds out the full field at 18. Ray 7 laps down, Kerr 9 laps down. Kurt and Ray both running. They are on track. Feemster and Allen out of this race. Pace car pulls in the pit lane. No, extended it. It's been extended by a lap. It has been extended by a lap because the light's still on the pace car. The lights should be going off this time. It will go off this time. Now we're 1 to go. We'll go green with 7 laps to go. So 1 more lap of yellow here. Gaiman and Brayo at the front row. Estes and Hauk row 2. Andrews and Taub row 3. Blankenship, Catania row 4. Sears and Pennell row 5. Gonna be interesting, that is for sure. $16 cars still running. Anything can happen with 7 laps to go. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Extra caution laps means that the tires are gonna be extra cold here. For everyone tuning in, I appreciate you spending your holiday weekend with us. This is gonna be an interesting one. Alrighty. Coming to the last corner here. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. We're racing once again at Road America. Stage 3 underway. 7 laps to determine the winner of the Elkhart Lake 125. Gaiman with a good launch. Estes with a good launch as well. Breo locked it up to avoid hitting the 19. Taub up to 4th. Then it's Houck, Blankenship, Andrews, Sears up to 8th. Catania 9th, Pinnell in 10th. As we look a little bit further down. Breo back to 2nd place. Battle for 2nd place. Already 2 seconds adrift of the race leader. Breo into turn 5 leads Estes and Taub and Houck. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Can Breo catch up to Gaiman? Gaiman set the fastest lap of this race. Breo can't catch it when he's in the grass. Estes goes by. Taub will try to as well into turn 8. Side by side through 8. Breo holds on to 2nd. Taub looking for 3rd. They're going to be side by side through the carousel. You can do that in higher downforce cars. These cars a little more difficult. Taub backed out of it. So Taub holds on to 4th. Estes still 3rd. Breo still 2nd. Toledo's Tom Sears in trouble. He's battling with Pinnell. So 7th and 8th, Pinnell and Sears. Pinnell early braking through Canada corners. Not a bad idea. He's sitting 8th at the moment. Way higher than he expected he was going to finish tonight. Just trying to hold on to that ahead of Catania and Andrews. Battle for 3rd between Houck. Not between Taub and Estes. Taub put it behind as Estes spins. A little bit of contact with the tire barrier on the inside, and it will throw him right out of the top 10. He'll drop all the way down to 14th. But we stay green. There's your race leader, Joshua Gaiman. Breo 2nd. He's got to defend from Taub now. Houck in 4th now, Blankenship 5th, Sears 6th, Pinnell 7th. Catania, Andrews, Jimkowski make up the top 10 now. Taub fades the out inside, but not enough, not even close enough to get to Breo there. There's Houck, there's Blankenship. Then Sears in 6th, there's Pinnell, taking it easy. There's Tom Sears. He's had a rough race. Joshua Gaiman has had a very good race so far. Then it's Breo. And then you'll have the 39 of Kyle Taub. As we watch them go through the kink. 3.8 between Gaiman and Breo. Side by side, Taub and Breo out of the last corner across the line. Going into 1. The battle begins once again. Now Taub has to be defensive. This is the battle for second place. The battle for fourth further back. Whoa, and Taub spins, and Bro finishes them off. But Taub very much all the way backwards. Pinnell's gonna get there. Taub all the way off, and that was Pinnell all the way backwards. He completely missed the braking zone. He'll drop down to 12, maybe 13. Once again, an issue for Taub. Unforced error has thrown him out of the top 5. Gaiman now 4-second advantage. 4.3. Breo second. Blankenship third. Sears fourth. Halkin fifth. Timkowski going to try to chase down Taub. Whether or not that's successful or not, a completely different story. There's Andrews, then Catania in 9th. Painter up to 10th. Wood is in 11th. Pinnell in 12th, ahead of Jonathan Hohenbrink. But here is your race leader, Joshua Gaiman. And Breo in 2nd place. And it is an even gap for the top 3. 4.5 in front of Breo, 4.5 behind Breo. This is the closest battle we have going on at the moment. Painter going over to Catania, looking for P8. And he's got it. Dustin Painter up 7 spots. The only person that's gained more than Painter has been Shimkowski, who's gained 8. Painter trying to run away from Catania now. Side by side, Catania locked it up, sent it through turn 6. Painter didn't really defend that too awful much. Gonna try to go after it again. Catania trying to put a little bit of a gap here on Painter. Battle for 4th place looking really good. That is between Blankenship and Sears. Ready to go here at Road America. This is the battle for third place between Blankenship and Sears. You're still watching it on your screen. Sears not leaving Blankenship alone here, trying to force a mistake out of the 85. Jimkowski's gotten ahead of Taub as Taub is wrecked. Canada corner for Taub. His race unravels further and further and further. Painter will go by. Catania will go by. Taub drops down to ninth. There's Breo, second place. And there's our race leader with 2 to go, Joshua Gaiman. Battle for third, opening up a little bit between Blankenship and Sears. Still battling it out for third place. Sears wants on the podium. Blankenship wants to return to the podium. This is one of the closer battles on track. Catania and Taub battling it out, but Taub has been on that downhill slide. Taub trying to get 8th place back. Catania is struggling here under braking. A lot of lockups there. Here we go. Joshua Gaiman coming towards the last corner here. Coming to take the white flag. Cross the line, 1 lap to go here at Road America. And it's clear sailing for Joshua Gaiman. Breo on the white flag lap as well. Still, Blankenship and Sears battling for 3rd and 4th. Still a battle for 3rd place. Sears is sending it around. Keeping an eye on Sears and Blankenship. That's the battle. That's the closest. Sears sends it through 5. Made it stick. Didn't overshoot the corner too off much, but Blankenship was able to sort of anticipate it and got back around. But a insane lunge by Sears, and he didn't lose time. Didn't get to keep the spot, but it didn't lose time. Which is crazy. Not for lack of trying there for Tom Sears. Blankenship trying to back up the corners, trying to get a good run through the carousel. But Sears all over that 85. Going through the carousel for the last time. Now going towards the kink. Sears has got realistically 1 more chance to send it if he's going to. I don't think he's got enough time to do it. Here we go. Out of the final corner. It's been a wild one, but Gaiman's been one of the fastest, and he's been the most consistent. When it matters most, Gaiman's going to come to the checkered flag. He once again wins an A-squared. He takes Road America. Jeremy Breo, 2nd place. Blankenship holds on to third. Tom Sears fourth. Andrews fifth out of the final corner ahead of Kyle Taub, who recovered for sixth place. But that's the best that Taub can get. Battle for seventh. There's the drag race across the line between Catania and Painter. Who's it gonna be across the line? They touched! Painter got it. Painter got seventh over Catania. And now it gets top 10. Withers in ninth. He's spun. He's got to get going. Davey Houck's right there trying to get 10th place. Can Withers get going enough? He should be able to. He'll take that 10th spot. Houck will have to settle for 11th place. And then Jonathan Hohenbrink will have to settle for 12th place. Last car running on the lead lap here. That was a crazy run. Joshua Gaiman, race winner here at Road America. Here's your race winner. On cue. And he is burning it down here. Fantastic stuff. Gaiman, Breo, Blankenship are top three here at Elkhart Lake after a wild race. Josh Gaiman, race winner here at Road America. We'll see if we can get ready for interviews here. Might start with the race winner here. Alrighty, we're going to see if we can start with the race winner here. As everyone wraps up their time. Hey, Josh, it's Clayton from the ARCS Racing booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
What a race win, dude. Holy cow, that was a wild one. How you feeling, man? You're back on the top step of the podium here.
Yeah, it definitely feels really good. Like during that first stage afterwards, I got really, really loose, and I just thought, it takes 4 or 5 laps for the tires to come in. So that last pit stop after the second stage just didn't take tires, just to see what happened, and it was really fast. I was running like a second up on my times before.
Obviously, it was the restarts themselves were wild. You were able to avoid all of that. How long? With the track was constantly getting colder. How hard was it to get temperatures into the tires once you'd gotten back up to speed there? Because it seemed like everyone was struggling with that. You seemed like you had that pretty well planted, and for the longest time had the fastest lap of the race there. How difficult was it on those restarts?
The restarts, yeah, literally the first maybe 2-3 laps, that thing's super sketchy to get out of the corners. At least the really fast kind of rolling corners are a little sketchy, and about 4 or 5 laps into it, it really just hooks up and goes. And that's pretty much why I didn't take tires, because I thought I'll still have a little bit of heat and the wear will be nice and evened out. So and yeah, it definitely worked on that last restart.
So you've been good on the road courses before, right? Like you were good at Dakota. Like it's not unexpected for you to do what you were fastest in practice. Road course is going to be the name of the game these next few a lot of these next 8 races. I think 3 of the next 8 are road courses. So you've got obviously Road America tonight, you have Watkins Glen coming up, the Charlotte Roval coming up, on top of Atlanta, which is anyone's guess. And throw in Daytona in that mix as well. Good chance for you to sort of put a lot of race wins up on the board in a quick amount of time. You've been consistently fast all year, and we've seen momentum sort of shift back and forth between drivers all season. Do you think that you're starting to enter the stretch of the season where, like, you got a better chance to be in the top 3 contending for these race wins more often?
Yeah, I definitely, have been really enjoying the road courses, and since they updated the car, it definitely feels a lot more stable, and I have really good long run pace. Um, so hopefully, if we get to these next couple of road courses, just as long as we qualify good, run good in the heats, as long, and I just got to keep the car going the right direction at that point.
Well, before we let you go, obviously, Atlanta, New Hampshire, the next 2 races after that. Um, Congrats on the race win. Before we say anything, new paint scheme. Notice that. Um, Both you and Tom Sears running paint schemes for 213 somewhere. But if there's anyone you want to shout out, man, congrats. You won on Independence Day weekend. Absolutely thrilling race. You were absolutely on it all night long. If you have anyone to shout out, the floor is yours, man. Congrats on another race win here this season.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. 213 Simware, for giving me a shot, and first time on this paint scheme we get a win, so that's really really
Yeah.
awesome. All the guys that put together arcs and A squared and everything, and it's been an extremely fun season for sure. Coming from one league where we run full races and it's just full of cautions to like half distance with less fuel, and most of the races have just been an absolute blast. It's more the car that was frustrating than the league, than anything in the league at all. So yeah, it's been a real blast. And you always do awesome broadcasts, so thanks for that too.
I appreciate the compliment. Dude, it's phenomenal watching you race. Like, you're always fast at some point. Either you've got it in practice all the time, you're usually a contender in qualifying. It's fun watching you run qualifying laps. And then seeing you put your elbows out during the race is a lot of fun. Absolutely happy you got another one here tonight. Obviously, you were already locked into the playoffs before, but now you've got some bonus points to go into the round of 16 later this next month. Absolutely looking forward to seeing more of what you can do here coming up. Short tracks and road courses. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Congratulations. Enjoy your Independence Day tomorrow.
Absolutely, thank you. I will.
Alrighty, that was Joshua Gaiman, our race winner tonight here at Road America. We're going to have one more interview here, and then we'll look at that 7th place. Jacko was asking for a replay between his teammate Dustin Painter and Tristan Catania here, so give me just a second to get all of that set up. I believe you have Tom Sears in the booth. Tom, you got a copy?
Copy that.
Alrighty, dude. Wild race for you. Back and forth, back and forth. Started on the front row. Didn't have good restarts in the first and second stage there, but great recoveries to get to the 3rd stage, get up to the top 5. Back in P4, battling with Blankenship almost the entire stage there at the end. How you feeling? It's obviously a difficult one.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes in that. First thing I want to do is give a big apology to Toby S's. I love racing that guy. He's he's a really clean guy, so I really have great races with him, and I totally cleaned him out right at the beginning of the race. So I feel really, really, really bad about that. That was super, super embarrassing, and obviously I spun out on the other restart, but I totally rear-ended Toby right into the sand, and that was just really embarrassing, and I feel really bad, and I'm just sorry to Toby for that. And other than that, had a great battle with Blankenship there at the end. We were having a great race. We didn't touch each other the whole time. I was all over him though, but that was really fun. He got me. He's not always on with the interview stuff. So just shout out to Jacob Blankenship coming in 3rd. He had a really great race out there, stepping up late and getting on the podium. So. And thank you for your stream, Clayton. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Obviously, it wasn't the easiest race, but we're going into a stretch where easy races are going to be difficult to find. It's going to be about recovering a lot. You think about Atlanta, New Atlanta is going to be a pack race. It's really whoever has the best luck there. New Hampshire, Richmond, we got some short ovals where you're going to see a lot of elbows kind of be pointed out again, like what we had tonight. With sort of these next races coming up, obviously you've locked yourself into the playoffs. You won at Talladega. Now it's about seeing if you can get bonus points getting into the playoffs. Those next few races are going to be brutal. How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously these mistakes on the cold tires are gonna have to come to an end very soon. I definitely didn't expect that for myself. So, starting to stage off, starting to yourself right, qualify good, put yourself in last place with a broken car right away is usually not a good way to get points
Yeah.
or make friends or do anything like positive at all. So, just gonna have to focus a little bit more. I'm not sure I thought I was focusing, but I guess apparently not. So just gonna have to lock it down a little bit more, and yeah, and congrats to Josh Gaiman on his win there with his first race with 213 similar. They do some great stuff, so it's real cool to see him out there in that. And Jeremy Brielle in second. I think he went to go get some food, but he ran a great race too. He was fast. I don't know what happened to Kyle. He was also lightning, but I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, those guys were all really fast and good job by them. Mm-hmm.
Well, Tom, obviously, with Jeremy off to get food, he's going to go probably getting Taco Bell. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And Blake Hitchell, obviously, he's pretty. I'm going to say he's pretty busy here because he's bouncing from one thing to the other all the time.
Yeah.
We'll kind of leave the floor with you, man. Obviously, you're part of Team Outlaw. Dustin Painter had a really good finish. We'll look at that in a second between him and Catania across the line. But if there's anyone you want to shout out, man, congratulations on a really well fought top 5 to what could have been easily a really bad result. You kept yourself in it. But if there's anyone you want to shout out, anyone you want to say thank you to, the floor is yours, man. Well done on the recovery.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I put myself behind the 8 ball there, but thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, no, just, shout out to all the guys I already mentioned, all the podium finishers, and all the Team Outlaw guys. Look at Tommy. Tommy came in, I think he came in 5th, so that's great for him. Great job by him on road course. Dustin, Tristan, all those guys. And Donald Ray, one of the subscribers to all of our Twitch channels, to the Arcs one and Rick's one, and I think yours, but maybe not.
So.
But okay. So he's all in on it.
Yeah, he's checked in.
Yeah, he's checked in. So he's a great guy. And then James Kerr had a night as well, but he's also a great guy. He does a lot of the photography for most of the races he's in. I know he's updating his computer, so he's working on something. But just shout out to all those guys, the whole Team Outlaw, 213 Simware. I'm sorry to be spinning your sponsor all over the track tonight. It's super embarrassing, but we'll move past it and hopefully do a better job. Yeah. Thanks for your stream, Clayton. And happy 4th of freaking July. Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting night tonight. Glad the fireworks didn't go off. Haven't gone off yet. Kind of well timed there. But yeah, happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Can't wait to see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, man.
See you, man.
Alrighty, that was Tom Sears, our 4th place finisher tonight. We're going to take a look at that photo finish between Painter and Catania. This is, see if we can get a good look at it here. This is, I believe, this is going to be coming to the line. Here we go. Alrighty, this is the battle coming to the start-finish line. We're going to take a look here. I'm going to go back a little bit because it all really sets up at a Canada corner. So this is Catania and Painter. Painter in the black 65, Catania in the white number 48. Coming to the line here. See if we can get a good angle of this photo finish because it was close. Absolutely close. Painter kind of overshoots it in the last corner, gives Catania a really good run. And they will beat and bang off each other here. Side by side coming to the line. And this is how close it came. That is the margin of victory for the finish. For 7th place. That's for 7th place. Absolutely wild between Painter and Catania. We saw that happen live in real time, and it was just insanity. Really good run there by Painter and Catania. Elbows out, but a lot of fun racing. Neither wrecked each other. They got to the line and immediately went their own ways. Good stuff. Alrighty. So here we are. Here's the results after the Elkhart Lake 125, the 18th race of the season. The season itself halfway over. A few races left. 8 races left until the playoffs begin. It's Joshua Gaiman who gets another win, adds some bonus points to his tally to start off the playoffs later next month. Then you have Jeremy Breo in 2nd place, another 2nd place after finishing 2nd last week to Seth Wansing. Jacob Blankenship in 3rd. Tom Sears will finish 4th. We talked to him earlier. Thomas Andrews finished 5th, and it's Kyle Talbert, pole sitter, only finishing in 6th place. Justin Painter in 7th. Tristan Catania in 8th. Ryan Pinnell in 9th place. A really good run for Pinnell. Tommy Withers ended up with a top 10 finish, finishing 10th ahead of Davey Houck. Jonathan Hohenbrink finishing 12th, last car on the lead lap. Alex Jimkowski finished 13th, and it's Toby Estes and Donald Ray 14th and 15th. James Kerr, Kevin Feenstra, and Patrick Allen ended up the last 3 cars in the classification here at Road America. 8 races left. Next week it's Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's a mile and a half. It's super speedway. It's both, and it's going to be a wild one. We hope you join us then. But until then, on behalf of Arcs Racing Networks, I'm Clayton Hardy. Wishing y'all a happy Independence Day weekend, wherever you are. Celebrate safely. Celebrate with a lot of fun. We will see you on July 9th at Atlanta. So long, everybody.